Very loud and happy. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a topic that's quickly becoming essential for pretty much anyone navigating the digital landscape. We're talking about how to ensure your brand, your content, actually remains visible in this age of AI. Future-proofing, basically. We've got some fascinating material guiding us today. It's from an article called Merging SEO and Content Using Your Knowledge Graph to AI-Proof Content. It's by Martha Van Berkel, published over on Search Engine Journal, August 1st, 2025. And this whole deep dive is really about helping you understand what it truly takes for your content to get seen, when AI is increasingly the new front door to discovery. Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. Yeah, our mission here is to unravel why those traditional digital visibility tactics, the ones many of us kind of grew up with, they just aren't cutting it anymore. And maybe more importantly, we'll explore the strategic steps you can actually take, how to make your content not just human readable, but crucially, machine readable. Ready for this big shift to AI-led discovery? For anyone serious about staying ahead in digital marketing, this is where things get really compelling.
Right. So Martha Van Berkel's article, it kicks off by painting this pretty vivid picture, a radically changed digital world. She argues we've entered an era of machine-led discovery. What does that fundamentally mean, like, for how people find information, find brands today? Why is it so different?
Well, what's fascinating here is the complete reimagining of the user journey. Just think about it for a second. It's no longer that linear path. Type a keyword, hit enter, go straight to a website. Doesn't work like that so much now. Instead, we're moving to something much more fluid, more conversational, an AI-driven experience. You've got AI systems like Google's Gemini and Microsoft's Copilot, Grok. They aren't just fetching information anymore. They're actively aggregating it, summarizing it, contextualizing it for users, often before you even click through to a traditional site. It's kind of like having this super intelligent research assistant doing all the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, and the article points out this isn't just happening in one place either. We're seeing new kinds of digital engagement popping up everywhere, right? Like those AI-generated overviews right in Google search results, pulling from multiple sources, or conversational search tools, ChatGPT, Gemini, where you ask follow-up questions instead of endless browsing, and even generative search features built into social platforms. TikTok was mentioned, turning discovery into this interactive dialogue. So it really isn't just about optimizing for Google's blue links anymore, is it?
Exactly, precisely. And this shift, it raises a really critical question. If users are talking with AI, getting these synthesized summaries, how does your brand ensure its content is not only included, but represented accurately, favorably? The article's core argument is basically this. Just optimizing your website for traditional search engines. It's no longer enough, not sufficient. Your content has to be machine consumable and semantically connected. That's key to thriving now. It's about transforming your content, from just separate pages into this cohesive, interconnected network of information that machines can easily understand effortlessly.
Okay, so the article highlights two big solutions for this challenge: Schema Markup and content knowledge graphs. Let's start with Schema Markup. Now, for many of us, schema might feel like just a technical SEO thing, right? Mostly for getting those rich results, the cool visual stuff like star ratings or event dates right there in the search results.
The snippets.
Yeah, exactly. But the article suggests its role is, way more fundamental now.
Yeah, stepping back, what this really means for brands is that schema markup has kind of evolved. It's become a strategic data layer. Martha Van Berkel explained it doesn't just describe what's on your website. It rigorously defines the meaning of your content and its explicit relationships to other entities within your brand, and even beyond. It's all about clarity for machines. In fact, both Google and Microsoft reiterated this back in May 2025. They said structured data is what makes content machine readable. And it makes it eligible for a whole host of these new prominent features and AI-powered experiences. So yeah, it's not just about pretty snippets anymore. It's about foundational machine comprehension.
That's a crucial distinction. Okay, so what exactly does Schema Markup do then to make content machine readable? The article breaks it down. 3 key actions. First, it's about defining entities. Think of it like tagging photos on social media maybe, but way more precise. And for machines, Schema clarifies the things your content is about: products, services, people, locations, even abstract concepts. You're giving precise, unambiguous tags so machines don't have to guess what you mean.
And second, it's about establishing relationships. This goes beyond just defining individual things. Schema markup also describes how those entities connect to each other within your site and also to broader topics across the web. Imagine drawing like a family tree for your content, showing how your product relates to an industry or how a service connects to a common problem people have. It builds this web of meaning, which kind of mirrors how we humans understand context and connections.
Right, right. And then third, it's about providing machine-readable context. This is where it all ties together. With Schema, you're basically giving AI this perfectly organized, labeled set of ingredients, much better than just a pile of unlabeled food, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The AI knows exactly what each piece of your content is, where it fits in the bigger picture. And this lets AI tools confidently identify, interpret, and surface your content in really relevant contexts, greatly increasing the chances your brand shows up when it really matters.
Yeah, this interconnected application of markup, that's the foundation. When you apply it comprehensively, logically, AI and search systems can perform much more accurate inferencing. Think of inferencing as like intelligent deduction. If an AI knows, thanks to your schema, that Dr. Jane Doe is a cardiologist at City Hospital, it can infer she's highly relevant when someone searches for, say, best heart doctor near me, even if that exact phrase isn't on her profile.
Okay. Connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Exactly. Connecting the dots intelligently, predicting user intent. Now, while Gary Illyes from Google has, rightly commented on avoiding excessive use and clarified schema isn't a direct ranking factor in the old sense, the article's core message still holds. It's absolutely vital for making your content truly digestible for AI systems. It ensures your brand's data is primed so these large language models can make accurate, confident inferences about you. It's basically about speaking the machine's language.
Okay, that deeper understanding of schema really sets the stage nicely for the second solution the article talks about, the content knowledge graph. It describes this as organizing your website's data into this coherent network. Interconnected entities and topics, all defined using schema.org vocabulary. It sounds maybe a bit complex, but the article uses a great analogy, a digital map of your brand's expertise. It's a brilliant analogy, yeah. Imagine your website is this huge library. Without a knowledge graph, AI systems trying to understand your site, they're forced to sift through thousands of pages, trying to piece together meaning from scattered words, often just guessing. But with a content knowledge graph, it's like your library suddenly has this perfectly organized, cross-referenced, context-aware catalog. Every book, every section, every subject, it's all explicitly linked and understood in relation to everything else.
Yeah.
It brings order out of potential chaos.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting and practical, too. With a well-structured content knowledge graph, the benefits seem pretty significant. First, entities are precisely defined. Machines know, like, without a shadow of a doubt, who, what, where you're talking about. No ambiguity. Crucial for AI.
Clarity.
Second, topics are deeply connected. Machines get this profound understanding of how different subjects relate. For example, they'll get how cardiology includes specific things like heart disease or cholesterol or certain medical procedures. It builds a comprehensive map of your expertise for the machine.
Right, so SAMPIC map.
Exactly. And third, your content becomes truly query-ready, which means your information is structured so AI can easily reference it, cite it, include it in generative responses. You're literally preparing your valuable content to be served up as part of an AI answer, not just a link off to your site.
And this, my friend, this effectively becomes a powerful control point, a way to manage how your brand is represented in these AI search experiences. Instead of just passively hoping AI systems figure out your web content correctly, you can proactively shape that narrative. You make sure machines have exactly the right signals to, potentially include your brand in conversations, summaries, recommendations. The article really drives this home. This isn't just another SEO tactic. It's a strategic imperative. It directly impacts your brand's discoverability, its reputation, and ultimately your competitive edge in this rapidly evolving digital world.
Okay, this isn't just theory then. It feels incredibly actionable. The article actually gives a clear 5-step process for enterprise, SEO, and content teams specifically to build this content knowledge graph and really future-proof their discoverability. So what are those crucial steps for our listeners?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually operationalize something like this? Well, the very first step is one, define what you want to be known for. And this isn't really a technical task initially. It's strategic, a business decision. It involves identifying your core topical authority areas, what truly matters most to your audience, and, critically, any emerging topics you should proactively aim to own. These defined priorities, they become the foundational pillars for your whole content knowledge graph. They guide every structuring decision you make later.
Got it. Makes sense. So once you know your brand's sort of intellectual real estate, the next step is two.
use schema markup to define key entities. Okay, this is where the technical side kicks in, right?
Hmm.
You identify specific entities tied to those priority topics, unique products, specific services, key people, important locations, core concepts maybe. Then you apply those schema.org properties like about, mentions, same A's to connect them, and consistency across your entire site is key here, isn't it?
Absolutely critical.
Like if you talk about a product on the product page, the blog, a case study, that product entity needs to be consistently marked up so AI systems can reliably identify and understand it wherever they find it.
Right. Moving on, the third step. 3, audit your existing content against your content knowledge graph. Now, this isn't your typical keyword audit. It's an entity coverage audit. You're asking questions like, are all my defined priority entities properly represented on my site? Do I have authoritative entity homes, pillar pages that act as hubs for them? And crucially, where are the gaps? Where's my entity coverage weak? Because those gaps might limit your presence in AI responses or generative summaries. This audit gives you a clear roadmap. It aligns your whole content strategy with how machines actually interpret information. It's like seeing your content through an AI's eyes.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so you find the gaps. Then step 4 is create pillar pages and fill content gaps. Based on the audit, you develop these dedicated, comprehensive pillar pages for your high-priority entities, assuming they don't already exist. These pages become the definitive, authoritative sources. They define the entity, link out to all your supporting content, case studies, blog posts, research, FAQs, and they signal to search engines and AI systems exactly where to find the most reliable, in-depth information on that topic or entity.
And that supporting content can then dive deeper into subtopics, related entities, always linking back to those central pillar pages. It's about building a network, not just, a random collection of pages.
Building the web of meaning you mentioned earlier.
Precisely. And finally, the 5th step, 5, measure performance by entity and topic. This isn't just about tracking keywords or page views anymore. That's old school thinking in this context. It's about tracking how well your content performs at that granular entity level and the broader topic level. Which specific entities are driving impressions, clicks in these AI-powered search results? Are there emerging entities gaining traction in your industry that you need to jump on? How does your brand's topical authority stack up against competitors in these machine-led spaces? This continuous data-driven approach lets you keep optimizing. It helps ensure you stay visible and relevant as AI search inevitably continues to evolve.
So, thinking about the people doing this work, what does this all mean for them? The article closes by making a really strong case. SEO and content teams, they're the true heroes in this new landscape. Why are they so critical right now?
Well, zooming out again, the bigger picture is this. In a world where AI systems are generating answers, summaries, recommendations before users might even reach your website, schema markup and content knowledge graphs provide that absolutely critical control point for your brand. They empower your brand to directly signal its authority, its expertise, its relevance to the machines, and this supports the accurate and hopefully favorable inclusion of your brand's content in AI results and overviews. And SEO and content teams, they have that unique blend of technical understanding and content strategy needed to build and maintain this crucial infrastructure.
Yeah, it really is about making data-driven decisions to shape your narrative, isn't it? Not just guessing what might resonate. The article calls this not merely an SEO tactic, but a strategic imperative for enterprise organizations especially, to actively protect their visibility, their brand presence in this whole new digital ecosystem. It's about ensuring AI systems and ultimately your future customers know exactly what your brand wants to be known for. You're laying the groundwork for consistent, accurate, powerful representation.
Wow. Okay, that was a truly insightful deep dive into navigating this ever-evolving world of digital discovery. The idea that your content's machine readability is now as important, maybe even more important sometimes, than just its human appeal. That's a powerful paradigm shift.
Absolutely. Yeah, the acceleration of AI-led discovery, it truly redefines what it means to be discoverable online. Building a robust content knowledge graph, it really empowers your brand to shape its narrative, its expertise, directly for the AI systems that are fast becoming the front door for so many users. It's about taking control, taking control of your brand's digital destiny. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? As you reflect on this deep dive, maybe consider this provocative thought inspired by the article. What does your brand truly want to be known for in the age of AI? And maybe more importantly, what infrastructure are you building today to ensure AI systems actually know the answer tomorrow? Until next time, keep digging, keep learning, and keep building for the future.